Hey everybody, this is Jason Akers again with Green Acres Pest Control. And you're probably curious by the title of this video. How could you find just a regular, everyday, everybody's got in their house in order to kill bugs, this product? Today we're going to talk about the way that chemicals affect a bug and why they die from a pesticide or other things. Most pesticides react on the insect's nervous system. Up to recently, the most common way that pesticides killed an insect was through a cholinesterase inhibitor. Basically, the way that works is there is a chemical that flows between the synapse of the nervous system. See if I could do this while I'm trying to hold this. The way a nerve synapse is kind of like that right there. And then the ends of it, imagine if that was mirrored on the other side, but then there's a gap right between the synapse. And that little gap that forms there, cholinesterase, a chemical in the nerve system, flows there and allows for the electricity to jump back and forth between the nerves. What happens when it is inhibited is it stops the production or slows the production of cholinesterase, and that kills the insect through nervous system breakdown. That's the most common way most pesticides will kill an insect. There are other pesticides that will kill an insect through asphyxiation. Insects don't breathe like we do. They have what are called little pores all over their body called sphericals. And what happens is as the carbon dioxide and the oxygen flows over the insect's body, the sphericals absorb the oxygen through diffusion. That's the way an insect breathes. So they don't have a nostril like you and I. Well, I guess you could say they do all over their entire body. That's how it works. They don't have a regular, respiratory system or anything like that, like mammals do. And so what happens is some pesticides will clog those sphericals, which causes the bug to, asphyxiate. It strangles it, kills it through lack of oxygen or carbon dioxide or whatever. So here's what a lot of people do. They will go around and they'll take, they don't know why this works. And now here I'm going to explain to you why it kills insects and what you can find in your home. Basically it's under every sink, or on every sink in your house. Soap will kill insects. One of the common ways that people locally that I know of, that I go in their houses, I treat their houses, they'll say, well, I'll take a bottle of water, take a drop or two of Dawn Blue, original Dawn dish detergent, and put it in that bottle of water and spray bugs, and they die. And they don't realize why they die. But that's actually a normal thing. What happens is the soap will enter through those sphericals, and it will clog those sphericals. So now the insect can't breathe. And so they die through asphyxiation. That is how soap kills insects. You can mix soap in a spray bottle and it will kill an insect. The problem with that is that there's no residual. So now residual is the lifespan at which a chemical lasts after it's been applied to a surface. So if you take a pesticide and you spray it along like a baseboard. Now you've treated inside that crack. A spider comes along and crawls in that crack. The pesticide will kill the spider through a residual. Now how long that chemical lasts is based on the pesticide. Some pesticides last 2 weeks. Some pesticides last a month. Some pesticides last 90 days. Some only last a few minutes. If you get like a bug bomb from, Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever, fogger, and you set off a fogger in your home, usually it'll tell you on the label to be gone out of the house for 2 or 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, however long. And then by the time you re-enter the home, the chemical is all dispersed and it's no longer going to hurt you. A lot of those chemicals in a fogger are perethrins, which break down very quickly in the environment. They come from flowers, chrysanthemums, marigolds, things like that. And when those chemicals are released into the environment, they break down really, really fast. So they don't last very long. So the residual of a perethrin is extremely low. Now, the residual of something like a synthetic pyrethroid would be really high. So you could get a chemical that may last for 30 days. You may get one that will last for 2 weeks, maybe even 90 days. I've seen some that will last for 90 days. Now, if it kills an insect for 90 days, that's, that's debatable. So what happens when you treat an insect with soap is, yes, it will kill the insect, but it's not going to last on the surface. If an insect crawls across a surface that was treated with soapy water, if the soapy water has dried and it's no longer, it might make a streak on your window or something like that, but the insect doesn't die from crawling across that. It crawls across. Now, if you take and you spray some Raid, it might have some cypermethrin or something like that in it, permethrin or maybe deltamethrin or, a pesticide like that in it, then there's a residual there. So the insect crawls through the residual chemical and it kills it through, like I said, because the lifespan of the pesticide is longer than the lifespan of soap. Soap is just not going to be able to last. It's only working at the time that you apply it because the insect is, because it's wet, because it absorbs in the body, it gets in those sphericals and it causes them to asphyxiate. So that's how it works. Now, there are other chemicals, well, not necessarily chemicals, but you've got minerals like diatomaceous earth. Now, diatomaceous earth and silica, the way they work, now most of diatomaceous earth is silica. The vast majority of it is silica, the bulk. But there is some diatoms mixed in, which is why they can call it diatomaceous earth. But the way that works is it will actually cause little abrasions on the insect skin. And the silica and the dust that consists of the bulk of diatomaceous earth and Semexa, which Semexa is just silica. But diatomaceous earth, the difference between diatomaceous earth and Semexa is only silica dust, where diatomaceous earth is silica dust and diatoms mixed together. The way that those chemicals work, or mainly minerals, is that they will cause the insect to dry out. Much like if you were to, like apply talcum powder or something like that to your skin, how it will dry your skin out in areas where you have problems with moisture and things like that. So what happens is the insect will dry out, its skin will crack, just like when you get really dry skin, your skin will crack, and the exoskeleton cracks open. And what that does is it causes the insect to dehydrate internally so it doesn't have any moisture left in its body. That's how it dies from, like I said, diatomaceous earth and things like Semexa, silica dust, things like that. That's how that kills an insect. Now, the reason that I've got several videos on my channel that where I talk about why you really should not use diatomaceous earth. And the main reason that I have that listed is because people are very, they're very haphazard. They don't realize the dangers that come with using diatomaceous earth. I understand that it can be taken orally, food grade and stuff. People take it, mix it in their water and stuff, and take it for parasites and things like that. I understand that that's a use of it. You don't want to breathe it in your lungs. You want to wear a dust mask or a respirator when you apply it in a dust form. You don't want, like I said, you don't want to breathe it in. And so a lot of people just misapply it, and they're because it says food grade on the label, excuse me, because it says food grade on the label, they assume it's completely safe in all forms, and it's just not. That's just not the way it is. And most people really misapply diatomaceous earth. They don't use it properly. Now, I do have a video coming up, hopefully next week, about the right application of dust and how you're supposed to apply it. But and also, if you follow me on Twitter, I actually released a teaser video for that yesterday. So if you're interested, check me out on Twitter. It's at GreenAkersPC, and take a look and see what we're doing over there. And it's Akers. That's how you spell my last name. Hopefully this video has been informative. I hope that I've taught you a few things about why soap kills insects. You can use soap to kill insects. It's not an end-all solution. I know a lot of people that have said that, I've mixed detergents, I've done this, I've done that with soap, and soap kills bugs. And yes, it will kill bugs. But as far as the lifespan of what you've applied, it's not going to last past the drying. So once the chemical or soap has dried, it's not going to kill anything. But if you use like a pesticide residual, then you'll have something that will kill things over a long period of time. Now, there are people that will say, well, I don't want to use a lot of chemicals in my house. Okay. Now, real quick, I'm going to go over this. I know my video is getting kind of long. A lot of people complain I'm a little long-winded. But you've got, on one side of the fence, you've got people, they like to say, oh, well, if Dawn kills bugs, I don't want to wash my dishes with it. But it's not killing the bug through poisoning. It's killing the bug through asphyxiation. That's like saying, well, Bob over there, his daughter died from drowning. Water killed her. I don't want to drink it. So do you see what I'm saying? A lot of people are that way with pesticides. They're like, well, that pesticide killed that bug. It must be harmful. It's going to kill me. And, logically looking at it, well, yeah, maybe. Probably not. Pesticides are mixed at an extremely low concentration. When you take an insect, it's like that big. All right? Now, I'm a lot bigger than that. And so it's going to take a lot more chemical to kill me than it will to kill a spider or a cockroach or even a palmetto bug. You're going to have to really use a lot of chemical to hurt a human or a dog or a cat or a puppy or kitten. They're a lot larger than an insect even. I mean, the reason I say kitten is because most people say, oh, yeah, they know kittens are really tiny. You can hold one in your hand. But, veterinarians can still treat kittens with pesticides to kill fleas and ringworms and all the things that cats get. It doesn't hurt the cat at all. So you have to understand that there are some insecticides out there that will, most actually, I would argue to say all insecticides, if you mix them properly and you follow the label, are not going to hurt you at all. But a lot of people feel like because it kills bugs, it's going to harm them. Or because it's killing the bug, maybe it has a toxic vapor and you'd have to inhale it and it would kill you. But that's just not the truth. Most chemicals do not produce a toxic vapor. Most chemicals in the pest control industry, most chemicals, you can't breathe them in. They don't create a vapor that would harm you. You might be able to smell it. It might smell like bug spray, but it's not going to hurt you. So hopefully this video has been informative. I hope you guys, have learned a few things, how you can use soap to kill bugs. And I appreciate everybody. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. I really appreciate everybody. Oh, and check me out on Facebook. It's Green Acres Pest Control LLC. And my website's greenacrespc.com. That's Akers. That's how you spell my last name. And you guys have a really great day. I appreciate all you guys do. Thanks.